Hey, what's going on guys? Food Lessons back, and today we're baking Brie and Puff Pastry with roasted garlic and pistachios. We're gonna make our own homemade rustic rosemary, chive, and sea salt crackers. And I'm gonna do it all in under 5 minutes. Stick around, I'll show you how. We're gonna make our own homemade crackers, and it's so easy, anyone can do it. I'm choosing the rosemary and chives. I really like the rustic combination of those flavors together. In the food processor, I have 1.5 cups of regular all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. These are just some chopped herbs, rosemary and chives from my garden. Crack some pepper. Now I'm just gonna spin this a few times and get those herbs incorporated. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This is 1/2 cup of cold water. I'm going to pour it in. I'm just going to pulse it briefly. Now we have this simple dough. We're just going to let it rest for about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to take the dough and cut it into about 8 pieces. Now I'm going to start to roll these out. I want to get these nice and thin so they bake up really nice and crispy. I'm going to move these over to an olive oil lined sheet pan. And if you're new to the channel, why not become part of our happy family? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We'll put out weekly kitchen content. You get free entertainment. Now I'm going to brush these with just a little olive oil. I'm going to put coarse ground black pepper on a couple of them. And this is some flaky sea salt. Sprinkle a couple with some white sesame seeds, some black sesame seeds. And these will go into a 450-degree oven for about 5 minutes on each side. Then I'll turn the oven off and let them set in there until the oven cools. That way they'll get really nice and crispy. I'm going to roast the garlic at 350 until that gets really nice and soft, and we're going to spread it on top of our Brie. I have just a touch of olive oil in my mortar and pestle, and I'm going to add just a little bit of this flaky sea salt. This is our roasted garlic. Here we have some toasted pistachios. I'm going to crush this up and form a paste. And we're going to spread this on top of our Brie. So here's our Brie. I cut it out of a large wheel. I used this biscuit cutter. But you can actually pre-purchase these in a very similar shape. The only difference is they would have the rind all the way around the outside. Here's our puff pastry. It's just a frozen sheet. You got to work quickly with this. You want to make sure that you're working with it when it's still really cold. I'm going to put the Brie in the center. Just a touch of water will seal this crease. Now we'll brush it with just a little melted butter. Now just to be safe so that cheese doesn't ooze out, I'm going to put it back in this mold, and I ran a little butter around the inside. Here's just a little pie tin with a little olive oil rubbed inside. My roasted garlic and pistachio mixture. Little melted butter. Now I'm going to put this in a 350-degree oven for about 12 minutes. We'll get our crackers in and we'll get this put together.